So what you don't break, you leave it for your children. What you do not break, what your children do not see as normal, what you're still scared of, best believe it, you pass it down to your children. One thing I started doing now is getting out of my own head and getting out of my own way. Yes, I do things that makes myself angry, but I still go on to do it. Because I realize now that because something is uncomfortable, because my body is fighting, it doesn't mean that I should just chicken out. So I've been doing a lot of things that will make my brain say, I don't like you. And I'm like, it's okay that you don't like me. I'm going to do it. And I've seen the effects, even if it's just my mental health, realizing that I'm not my thoughts, I am not my feelings, I am not my emotions. I can decide to superimpose it with what I want to do. Because the thought came doesn't mean that it is what it is. I need to evaluate that thought and say, okay, where is this thing coming from? There are some days where I wake up and I'm just feeling the center point. I'm like, where is this thing coming from? And the next thing, I just look for one of my chapter, one file in my head. I'm like, Joy, I need you, joy and happiness, come together. And literally, I don't know how I would say it's fake it, you make it. I put myself in the headspace of where I want to be in. And before you know, the attitude has changed. Because see, your attitude to life will determine life attitude towards you. So I started putting myself in an uncomfortable position to grow, uncomfortable position to do things that I would not do before. There are a lot of things I've been doing in this season. I think I'm calling this the season of cringe, but I am loving it a lot because what you don't break, you leave it for your children. What you do not break, what your children do not see as normal, what you're still scared of, best believe it, you pass it down to your children. It's a realization I got some time ago, but it just really became heightened in this season because this season I've just really been reflecting on life, self, growth, and evolving. And there's this course I took, Bloodline by Apostle E.C. Geneba, and it really opened my eyes. I need to go and watch it replays again. It really opened my eyes to a lot of things. What you do not break, you pass it down to your children. And you see, that's why you see some people, their children it's just ease of access, because a grace your parents are already working in. You don't have to fight to work in it. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. I was listening to one message by Pastor Lawrence Oyo. It was just a short clip on IG. And Pastor Lawrence Oyo said, he told himself that if my father is already working in this grace, then why am I stressing? Why? I said the moment he realized it, he started working in that grace. But if you don't have parents that already done the work, you cannot maybe being angry at your parents. Again, maturity, one sign of maturity is that you take responsibility for your life and tell yourself, I'm already here, what can I do? So I told myself, I'm going to do a lot of uncomfortable things that are going to move my life forward. Because best believe it, none of the things that are going to move your life forward is going to be comfortable. Best believe it, 99% of the things that are going to move your life forward are going to be very uncomfortable. Extremely uncomfortable. You're going to hate it. You're going to be like, what am I even doing here? But that's how you know that you're moving forward. When it is something that doesn't make you, it infuriates the state you're in right now. It makes you feel as if you're faking it. The moment you start feeling as if you're faking it, don't worry, you're already breaking forth. Because your body is now seeing something that it's not used to. If whatever it is you're doing, you're just like, your body just like, let's go. That resistance, that inertia, it proves that you're breaking past an upper limit. It proves that you're breaking past a point. And until you break past that point, you bring children into this world that will still be scared of petty things. So I'm doing a lot of things that are in my head that I would think, this thing looks hard. Because if I don't do it, how can I tell my children to do it? And I know people be like, it's not that big. You've never given birth to children. I don't have to wait to give birth to children to start doing the things that I want to see my children do. They have to see you living in it. They need to see you living in it. So I've been doing a lot of things that I'm like, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And one thing that has really made me able to do these things is, I don't care if it works out or not. Well, I know it always works out. But I think most times that's contemplation, most times when that place where we're just thinking, what if they don't like it? That's the thing again. We don't want to do things because we think people's idea or people's perception or people's acceptance of us is what matters. We think people have to accept us before we accept ourselves, before we accept that this is what you want to do. But that's not the case. Most times you do things to heal yourself. And when you heal yourself, you bring healed people. When you heal yourself, you're able to heal people that you come in contact with. But if you're still moving with a wound, if you're still moving with something that you like, you've not let go of, you hurt other people and you bring hurt people. So the thing is, you just really need to be able to know what it is you want in life and understand that we've gotten to a point where we are no longer thinking just for ourselves anymore. We're not thinking of the future. You're not thinking of the future. And you might be like, I don't want to have children, but you're going to impact people. And one thing is that the people that are coming after you, they are going to, it's the way they see the leader act. That's how they will act. So whatever it is, whatever thing you're still struggling with, if you're not careful, you will pass it down to the people that you are mentoring. If you're not careful, you will pass it down to the people that you are mentoring. If you're still struggling with something, no matter how small it is, see, there's one prayer Apostle prayed one time. He said, God, let me be the one. Let me be the one to bring it. Let me be the one to fight it so my children will not have to go through it. Because there is no beauty in a life where you give birth to children and you see your children struggling like the exact same struggle you had. They are struggling. They're still having that struggle. There's no beauty in that life. And it doesn't happen in one day, but that's the thing with throwing yourself inside. You need to put yourself in to get yourself out. You need to put yourself in to get yourself out. It's a lot of things. And that's the reason why I'll say you need to get out of the noise, sit down, ask yourself questions, listen to worthy materials, read worthy materials, study them. Your knowledge is what liberates you. You don't get liberated with pure intentions. You can have good intentions and you'll still not be liberated. That's it. You can have good intention and still not be liberated. So instead of putting myself in an uncomfortable position to grow, I've done something. I'm like, is this me? But the thing is, you need to see yourself from your finished state. That's why it's good to have a vision where you're going to. Because if you don't have, you need to have something that you're looking forward to. This, oh my God. I just really pray that we truly come to the end of our days and say, I lived my life. Jesus was revealed, Jesus was glorified. I lived my life. Because there's no beauty in a life that that is lived, but it's not fully lived. You're not living your life. You just live what somebody told you to live or what society tells you to live. If you don't take out time to find out what is inside of you, you won't find it. You will not find it. It's not going to be lying on the surface. So I do that. I'm doing it now. And sometimes there are things that I'm like, it's petty things. I don't want to say the things, but petty things. Just like maybe like speaking to people. Someone in the courage speak to people, do things, even YouTube, making videos, and literally believing in myself. Yeah, believing in myself enough that people are going to find me valuable and be like, oh wow, I love this thing that you do. Not because I'm getting validation from them. But the thing is, again, a mindset that you've not crushed, you'll pass it down to your children. I used to have that mindset of, there's just so many mindset that I used to have because of how I grew up, like the things I was used to. Because the things I used to hear. Growing up now, I am intentionally deconstructing those belief systems and planting new ones. Some of them are not really, 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 really big, but it matters that it is the little foxes that spoil the vine. It matters that you nip it in the bud and say, I catch you and I'll throw you out. Because you don't know if that one that is very small is what the person coming after you is going to be like, I like this area. I want to go into this area. Then now having to fight a battle that you could have just said, this is easy access. It's easy access. So it's a lot. You're not just living for yourself. The moment you start to realize that you're not just living for yourself, it's not like you put yourself under any unhealthy pressure, but you're not living for yourself. Like, what beauty is there in a life that you're living for just yourself? You're not just living for yourself. You're called to be salt and light. And salt. Have you ever seen you put salt in one cup of rice and salt will say, no, I want to savor just one grain. No. Have you ever seen like this light now? It cannot say, oh, when you turn me on, I will not. No, you're called to be salt and light. So your impact is meant to be beyond you. So put yourself in an uncomfortable position to grow. And you find out that that uncomfortable position will become your comfortable position. Then you have to look for another uncomfortable position. So if you never leave this realm, you never go on to the next realm. And the thing is, it doesn't end. So leaving yourself in this place where you're not growing, it's not going to make it any better. So just keep on putting yourself in those positions where you have to grow. Position that stretches you. And fitness is one thing that will truly teach you this, because you realize that you've been doing 20 kg dumbbell. Why not move to 30 kg? And you realize that I can do 30 kg. The next time you're like, let me do 50 kg. Before you know, you're already moving. But if you don't try, if you don't go, you don't know. And if you don't know, the person that is coming after you will see what has been laid. I'll be like, oh, they stopped at 20. Okay, maybe it's just 20 we're meant to do. But when they come and they see that our normal thing is 100, they realize that they don't need to. Their mindset is they've already started on like a high level, because by default that's what they see. And I think this should also this also for parents to understand that it matters what you let your children see. It matters what you're laying down for your children. It matters a lot. This video is quite long, but it just keeps on coming. It matters a lot what you allow your children see, what you're allowing those people that are working with you see. That's why when you don't have good rules set, and you employ somebody, and next you not start putting the rule like, but it wasn't here when I first came. It's not like you cannot, but it's harder. But when it's already there, they come and they're like, this is the modus operandi here. They already know. So for them, it's not a thing of I don't want to do it. It's a thing of if you want to work, if you want to be here, you have to follow this procedure. If your children wake up and they see rata kabele kosibre your children praying in they cannot wake up and not pray. They might not join you to pray, but their mindset, their mind is already transformed. They're already seeing it. It's already their what they see. That's why I tell people that rich people do not just pass money to their children; they pass mindset to their children. Yeah, there are just there are some possibilities. There are some things that they don't see as impossible. That somebody that doesn't have that level of exposure will see as possible, as impossible. Somebody is thinking, this thing is impossible. They look at you and they're like, this thing is not in my house. You see, so you need to pay the price, whether you like it or not. This thing is not. It's not. I'm not saying this to put you in a place where you start feeling bad about yourself, but to let you know that there's still much work to do, because this is not your rest. This is not your rest. This is not your rest. So, again, thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're transforming your mindset, because your mindset is what will determine everything else that you're doing in life. Yeah, I will say this for a fact. I've seen it over and over again. And share this video to somebody that you know needs to see this. Share this video to somebody that you know needs to see this, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.